Politics now. President Trump's impeachment trial beginning in earnest on Tuesday in the United States Senate. Overnight, the White House announcing who will be on the president's defense team. ABC's David Wright is in Florida, where the president is waking up this morning. David, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. Ken Starr is back, this time not as a special prosecutor, but as one of President Trump's defense lawyers. The president is spending a few days here in Florida ahead of next week's impeachment trial. House managers are working through the weekend preparing their case. Overnight, from the House Judiciary Committee, a document dump. Material obtained from former Rudy Giuliani associate Lev Parnas, now part of the official impeachment record. No smoking guns, it would seem, but the documents do include more text messages by Connecticut congressional candidate Robert Hyde, claiming he was stalking former U.S. Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch months before she was recalled.
Did you feel threatened?
I did.
Parnas told MSNBC he didn't take Hyde seriously.
He's a weird character. I don't believe it's true. I think he was either drunk or he's was trying to make himself bigger than it was.
Hyde denies he ever visited Ukraine, much less threatened the U.S. ambassador, saying he sent those texts after a few drinks. The State Department and the Ukrainian government are now investigating. Meanwhile, Trump has beefed up his legal team ahead of next week's impeachment trial, adding Ken Starr, the former special prosecutor whose investigation of President Clinton's interactions with Monica Lewinsky triggered Bill Clinton's impeachment, and former Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz.
They would be abusing their power if they impeached President Trump.
Both have been vocal defenders of the president's on Fox News, but Dershowitz says his role in the case will be limited.
I am not a full-fledged member of his legal team in the sense that I have a limited role. I will appear one day in the Senate.
As for Ken Starr, Trump has not always had kind things to say.
I think Ken Starr is a lunatic. I really think that Ken Starr is a disaster.
In all, a total of 8 lawyers will be there representing the president. Now, today, the House managers face a 5 p.m. deadline to file a brief, essentially summarizing their case. The president's lawyers will file a response on Monday, and then on Tuesday, the trial is expected to begin in earnest. Dan?
All right, David Wright in Florida, thank you so much to talk about this morning. So let's bring in ABC News chief political analyst Matthew Dowd, who's on set with us this morning. Great to see you, sir.
You too.
So is the outcome of this trial predetermined?
Well, you know, in this disruptive time, it's hard to say anything's predetermined in what's going on. We thought Hillary Clinton was predetermined to be president of the United States in 2016. We thought New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens would be playing in the
Why do you have to make
championship.
it personal?
Nobody thought the Tennessee Titans were going to play tomorrow. I think the likelihood is that 20 Republicans aren't going to go against the president. But I think, as we've seen over the last 72 hours with all this information that's come out with about Parnas and other memos, and we're going to see more of this, I'm sure, it's hard to say for sure what's going to happen. I think what we all want to do is watch the process, see what unfolds, and ultimately see if they have witnesses at the trial in the Senate.
What are the big risks for the Democrats going forward here?
To overplay their hand. I think the biggest risk for the Democrats is to overplay their hand. And
well, some would say they already have.
Well, I think as of right now, the public wants this trial to take place. But I think if the Democrats overplay this and make it way too partisan, then it could be risky for them. So I think there's risk on both sides. Everybody's walking across a pond that's very thin, and anybody could fall through, Republicans or Democrats. But I think the Democrats have to really worry about overplaying their hand.
And what about the risk for the Republicans and President Trump, given that the odds are reasonably low that he'll be convicted and removed?
Well, I think the big risk for President Trump and the Republicans, especially the Republicans, is if they vote to find the president innocent and they don't convict him. If more information comes out after that happens, if all of a sudden more documents come out, more witnesses come forward after they've already voted the president, it puts them in a really bad bind, especially if they haven't asked for witnesses and voted for witnesses in the United States
Right,
Senate.
so if they're seen to have shut down sources of new information or witnesses, and then information comes out subsequently.
That's a problem. That's problematic, especially because the majority of the country wants witnesses in the Senate to come forward.
All right, Matthew Dowd, always great to see you.
Thank you very much. And happy birthday, A.A. Milne's birthday, Winnie the Pooh, who wrote Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, all right.
What character are you in Winnie the Pooh?
I'm definitely Eeyore.
Is he Tigger? Is he Tigger?
I am.
He is.
He's tops are made out of rubber, bottoms are made out of spring.
She must be Kanga. She must be Kanga.
thank you for injecting some levity into this otherwise somber morning.
Yes.
Matthew, really appreciate it. And I want to remind everybody, we're going to have live coverage of the impeachment trial when it resumes Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.